Well, the global shipping industry has been suffering one of the worst downturns in memory, a combination of oversupply and weak economic growth, sending shipping rates plunging and pushing, well, the Korean firm Hanjin into bankruptcy. But our next guest says the tide is turning. Gerry Wang is chief executive of New York-listed container ship Seaspan. Gerry, great to see you as ever. Now, tell me, last time you were here was in an awful place, and it was about nearly a year ago, and things have improved. I mean, you see things, I know dry bulk is not something you look at, but you look at the Baltic dry, it's improved, albeit not in its heyday, but things are picking up. Yeah,
things have really changed, and you look at in the industry right now, the freight rates have stayed very firm, and demand-supply situation is very satisfactory.
Well, how much of it is cyclical? How much of it has actually been a structural change as well here? Because a lot of ships have been actually, well, put into dry dock or actually scrapped.
I would put sort of a combination of both. Structural reforms, partially the result of the Hanjin fiasco and partially because of seasonality. One thing I want to highlight is one of the catalysts for the improvements of the container shipping industry is really the tremendous volume come from Europe to Asia. You look at sort of year-to-year, quarter-to-quarter comparison situation, we're seeing 40–50% surge of cargo volume.
I mean, is that a function
from Europe to Asia?
So is that a function of the Asian economy getting better, or is it actually that the Europeans have become more competitive?
I think both. The European currency, like the euro and sterling pounds, are relatively cheap compared with US dollars. That definitely the stimulus for the exports. On the other side, the Asian economy, especially China, the consumers, the manufacturing, all those things have really come up quite strongly.
Gerry, just very quickly, last time you were on as well, it was just in the midst of Hanjin in its death throes, if you will. Now, you said at the time that this was the Lehman moment in shipping. It wasn't quite as bad as that, was it?
Yeah, it was bad at that point of time. Then things have changed fast. It shows the resilience of the industry, more like the American financial industries. It will come back and we'll put things behind. Right now, demand and supply in good place in terms of equilibrium, and we're looking very good for next 3–5 years. You look at the overall new vessels come in for deliveries. You look at the demand average in 4 to 5% increase on annual basis. So we're in a pretty good situation. We've become much more optimistic, and this turnaround has become much faster than we thought. And it's a welcome news. The consolidation is also helping the industry quite a bit with the new alliances being formed. Industry is getting healthier. Our customers are getting healthier, and so are we. So we're quite happy about what is happening right now, and obviously, we keep our fingers crossed for next year and going forward, especially for the year 19.
Gerry, did what happened to Hanjin really kind of force you to think about how resilient the industry is, but also in particular your business to counterparty shock? How did that bankruptcy really impact your business?
Well, the impact was the minimum. All the ships were taken back by us. We put them to employments with other operators. Haiti, just keep in mind that our ships are the most modern, most sophisticated type of vessels. They're large, they're efficient, they're like the Boeing 787s, the Dreamliners, so highly efficient. So they're the most sought after types of ships. So it is put behind. At that point of time was bad, so we move forward to focus on the next 3–5 years, how to take advantage of the new situation, which is fairly demand-supply balanced. So we're getting more optimistic, and our customers are also getting more optimistic. You can read all the headlines. Obviously, things have changed, and good for the industry, good for us, and good for our investors as well.
Yeah, Gerry, I mean, investors haven't really been feeling that optimistic, because if you take a look at this chart when it comes to Korean shipbuilders, 9061 on the terminal, you can see we know the Kospi's been hitting record high after record high. That's been a very resilient market. But you can see the big players, Hyundai Heavy, Samsung Heavy, and some of the shipyard stocks have essentially been underperforming the Kospi. When do you think investor sentiment when it comes to shipbuilders is actually going to improve and match the level of optimism that you've expressed?
Well, I think it takes time, obviously. I mean, you're comparing with one of the darkest moments in history. That was last year. And of course, things here are much better today compared with 12 months ago. You look at South Korea, the new order book has also, moved up substantially. HHI, Hyundai Heavy Industry, the largest shipbuilder in the world, has commented the order book has surged 500% compared with last year. That is a healthy trend. And,
but it's the same old story, Gerry, isn't it? They overbuild and then they overscrap. It happens all the time. It's a bit like banks overhiring in good times and overfiring in bad.
That's part of the structural situation. That's the reason why we have cyclicality. People are just overreacting, and cyclicality is a part of the business.
How difficult is it to make money in shipping in the long term?
Well, it is difficult, like any other trade.
But it's more difficult than other industries.
Well, it depends how you look at it. And a lot of people have made a lot of money through times, and you have to be good. You have to be more an insider. You have to have the patience and the resilience, because shipping is a cyclical business, okay? And you should not be panicking when things are bad, because there's another upturn come up in the future, whether next year or the year after next. So you have to be well situated, and you have to be patient.
But you said one thing very, very interesting. You have to be an insider.
Correct.
You have to be born into it.
Absolutely, because you have to really figure out the moments, the sentiment of the cyclicality. Because
see, in other industries you can be taught that, but not in shipping.
No, you have to feel it yourself, because at the end of the day you deal with your customers, deal with international trades. Again, what makes shipping even more difficult is the derived demand from international trades. I mean, international trades have a lot of things to do with foreign, forex, global economy, political developments, all those things coming together. So you have to understand all those things. Then you come to the conclusion where...
But yes, and then you come to gut feeling, don't you?
Correct. Gut feeling.
And that's years of experience. So tell me about your gut feeling now. You mentioned 2019 is going to be the peak here, is what you're suggesting.
I feel you look at the demand and the supply situation, we have a very, very thin order book. New ships coming for delivery next couple of years. We have 0 new ships that have been ordered over the last 2 years, okay? And you see a lot of scrapping. So sooner or later, when demand stays at 4 or 5% on annual basis, on the supply side, the ships coming to deliveries will be under constraint. Then you see a very, very positive market development. So that's how I feel.
And then the overbuilding will take place again.
Oh, absolutely, that's part of the cyclicality. So, at the end of the day, you make, hay when it shines. I mean, that's just the old way of thinking, the old way of doing things. You got to be positioned.